So for this week's vlog, I wanted to do something a little different than what I've been doing recently, because recently I've been using a lot of my crochet thread up, which is great and I love that for me, but I'm due in about 2 weeks. I'm already full term, so technically I can go into labor at any moment, but that's beside the point. So I've been missing my thicker yarns, and I've also been wanting kind of like a mindless, simple project to do. And I also have a lot of smaller amounts of like scrap yarns to use up. So I think it's the perfect time to start a scrap yarn baby blanket. I'm not gonna follow any specific pattern. I just wanna keep it really, really simple with double crochets, squares, different colors. I'll put them together at the end. And I'm not even sure exactly how big I want it to be yet, so I'm just gonna start making it and kind of vibe it out. And we'll see how much I can get done. We'll see if I can finish it this week or if it's gonna go into next week. So first things first, I need to go into my yarn stash and pick some scrap yarns to start with. All right, so I picked out some scrap yarns. I'm gonna start with all of these. There's not a specific color scheme. I didn't really have scraps that would all go for a specific color scheme, I think. So I just kind of grabbed. I noticed I have a lot of blues and some purples to use up, and so I kind of gravitated towards that. I didn't really think a random yellow or green or something would really go with this. So I guess it's going to be different blues and purples and stuff. So let's see how this blanket ends up. This color scheme, I'm not really sure. I didn't really have anything planned from the beginning, so I don't have too much expectation for it. I just kind of want to vibe it out and see how it ends up. I'm sure it'll be fine, so I'm gonna have fun with it. I think this is plenty to start with. I'm gonna get started on some of the squares now, and let's see how many I can make this week. So I've made 2 squares now, and I think I figured out how I want this. So I wrote it down, of course, so I don't forget later on. I chose my J hook. I wrote down how I'm using mostly those acrylics or acrylic blends, 15 double crochets across, and then +2 for each turning chain. And then I'm going to do 8 rows per square, and I think that's a good size. They work up pretty quick, which is exactly what I wanted, and that's why I chose this fatter hook. So I'm gonna make some more squares while I have time. Yesterday, I made a total of 15 squares. I made 5 of each. So this is what I have right now. The darker purple, a lavender, and like a more pinkish colored one. So I'm going to chip away at making some more squares today in between everything else. So let's see how far I can get. I'm gonna start today with this blue, Vanna's Choice yarn. This one is in aquamarine. Next, I'm going to do this more teal colored one. You can see the difference. And then I also have a light blue. And that's all I picked, so I didn't even mean to, but I chose 3 purples and 3 blues. So I guess I'm gonna make the 5 of each blue color and then lay it out and see if it's enough or if I need to make more squares. So I'm actually going to make a slight change to one of the last blues because when I started it, there's my cat. Because I got one square in and I realized the light blue I chose, it's too thin and it already feels a lot like more floppy than the other ones. The other yarns were all like a 4 or 5 weight. So then I thought of this big ball of dark blue yarn that I have, is this could still go with the other blues that I have, but it'll be for sure the right size and the right texture because this is like too soft and all the other ones are more of like the cheaper acrylic thickness. And then this is like, I don't know what kind of yarn this is. I just had it already balled up, but it's too soft. So now I'm going to make the last 5 squares I need with this, and then I'll piece everything together and check it out. So I just quickly threw this together without really thinking about it, just as like the first little peek at how it could look. I don't know if I like this or not. I'm gonna play around with switching the colors up, try to get some ideas going, decide on a border. As far as the size goes, I think this is a good size for a baby blanket, especially after I add the border as well. So I'm not gonna make any extra squares. Or is it better if I do it like this? I kind of like this better than all these colors mixed up. So I'm feeling stumped. I can't really find a mixed up way of these colors that I like. I'm almost wondering if I should make more blue ones and more purpley ones and then just make 2 different blankets. So at least it's like a cohesive purpley and then a cohesive blue. Or I might just do the one where it's like the colors were all in order. I don't know what I would call that right now. This is what I get for not really picking a proper color scheme before I started and just going on a whim. Okay, so hubby just set this one up because I told him I had no idea what I was wanting to do with this. And so this was his attempt. He said, this way all the colors go diagonal. How do we like this? Is this an option? I need to think about it. I ended up going with the one that my husband helped me decide because it honestly just looks the best out of all the options to me. And holding it up now, it's just connected with the little stitch markers. So I still have to finish connecting it, but I already like the look of this now that it's kind of held together better. I can see the vision now, so I feel a lot better about it. So these 2 bandanas have found a new home. So I'm at the post office right now. We're about to park and then we're gonna ship these out. So thank you to my first customer for this crochet shop. Shout out to you. All right, here is the final update on the finished scrap blanket. Here it is in all of its glory. She is finished. It's hard to tell from farther away, but on the border, on each corner, I did this little like shell stitch. And then along each edge, I did these little like bumps. The 2 longer sides have dark purple on the border, and then the 2 shorter sides have the lavender on the purple, and each edge is like that aqua color. Perfect baby blanket size. So I think overall I'm happy with it. And I got to use up a bunch of yarn, so that's good. The back, it looks good. I just haven't weaved in any ends yet because if you know me, I usually don't weave in the ends until I absolutely have to. So I'll weave them in eventually and then I'll use it. But for now, this is the situation. But the front, she looking good, right? Overall, really happy with this. And I'm glad that I saw it through and finished it because I was definitely questioning that for a while. And that's gonna wrap up this week's video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to help my little channel grow if you like weekly crochet content. I will leave my Etsy link down below as well as on my main channel page if you would like to shop my Etsy. Probably not gonna post this one. Let me know in the comments below if you would purchase this if I posted it on my shop. But if not, I'm just gonna keep it and use it as a scrap blanket. But yeah, I will see you all next week.